There lived a great god called Sango. He was the third Alaafin of Oyo Empire and the god of thunder and sky. Sango had 3 wives. Olori Oba, his first wife, Olori Osun, his second wife, and Olori Oya, his third wife. Oya was married to a wicked warlord in Nupe. When Sango and his army defeated the village, he converted her. It is known in the Yoruba kingdom that Sango never paid Oya's bride price. Of all these 3 wives, he loved Osun the most because she was the best cook. Oba, the first wife, knew she had lost her place in Sango's life. He hardly has time for her and they rarely see. She wanted her first love back. So she approached Osun one morning.
My wife, I need your help. Despite our quarrels, please help me. I know our husband still loves you. Despite Oya's presence, please, I want to know the secret. Help me.
Osun despised Oba and she had waited so long to do evil to her. So she decided to play a trick on her.
Well, the reason why our husband loves me is because I always cut part of my ear to make food for him.
Oba was so happy and she thanked her and left. Osun smiled wickedly as Oba walked away. Later that evening, Oba thought to herself,
if Osun cuts only a piece of her ear and he loves her like this, what if I cut my whole ear so the love will be greater?
So when it was her turn to do the cooking, she cut off her ear and made soup with it. And she presented it happily to her husband. Not long after he started eating, he noticed a piece of ear floating in his soup. He became very angry. He accused Oba of trying to poison him. Oba explained and mentioned Osun's name. As Sango screamed Osun's name angrily, his mouth rained down thunder on his household, causing the women to flee. As they ran, Oba fell and she became the river Oba. Osun also fell and she became river Osun. Olori Oya became the only wife of Sango and she eventually gave birth to twins. The naming ceremony was the biggest ever in Yoruba land. Kings came from east, west, north and south to celebrate. The night of the naming ceremony, Oya persuaded her husband to reveal the source of his power. Sango was in a very good mood, so he told her about the thunderbolt stones and he gave her the stone to keep. During his 7th year as the king, he appointed 2 generals, Timi Agbala, a master in shooting arrows with fire, and Gbonka. They were equally as powerful as Sango. Oya was so scared. She told Sango to get rid of them, and Sango listened to her. He immediately ordered them to guard the 2 border towns. Later on, he planned to kill both of them, but Gbonka was smart enough to realize he was being set up by Sango, so he challenged Sango for the throne. Sango had to prepare for the challenge, so he called his wife to collect the thunderbolt stones, and he found out they were soaked with her period, which is a taboo in Yoruba land. So he climbed on a nearby rock to test the potency of the stone. Thunder struck and burnt the palace, killing his children and some of his guards. The people of Oyo were so angry with Sango, so they chased him from the kingdom. He took Oya and some of his trusted men and headed towards Nupe. They decided to pass through Oya's hometown, Ira, so they could get to Nupe before dawn. When they got to Ira, Oya felt reluctant to continue. She decided to stop and stay with her parents, and Sango continued the remaining journey with his men. When they got to Kosolan, Gbonka was already there to challenge Sango. The fight was so brutal. They both disappeared into thin air with Gbonka having the upper hand. Some of the chiefs thought Gbonka had won and they ran back to inform people about the death of Sango. Meanwhile, Sango killed Gbonka with thunder and burnt him to ashes. Oya heard of the demise of her husband and she committed suicide. As she fell to the ground, she became a river goddess called River Oya. Sango went back to find his wife and he heard about her death. He was so sad and angry. He wanted to burn down the whole Yoruba land with fire and thunder. But the ancestors saw this and knew it would be the end of the race. The earth opened and swallowed Sango. And that was the end of Sango and his 3 wives.